This year we'll be expanding the Theta Hackathon.
No,
Yes.
say less.
No, we gotta cover this.
All right.
This year we'll also be expanding the Theta Hackathon to an in-person event with significant ongoing support for the top Theta ecosystem projects. I would like to know what that means, because if that is truly about supporting the top Theta ecosystem projects,
I think you'd have to be in the ecosystem.
I think you would. I'm not.
This week episode is brought to you by none of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona sauce? Too bad, only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
Hey Mags, have you heard about the POG Hub?
POG Hub? No, what's that?
POG Hub. It's the new POG embassy from our friends Kyler over at POG Digital.
They got a POG Hub?
They got a POG Hub, man. You can go there. All it takes is an email address. You sign up. It's as easy as that. And then from there, connect your Twitter account, and you got daily social quests that you can use to get some points.
What are these points you speak of?
Right now, these are just POG points. And right now, there is the ability to open up some POG loot packs. And if you're feeling like a gamble, you can go ahead and rip them open. Some have points in them, some have Discord roles. Maybe in the future there'll be more.
Oh, you'd think POG being a proud sponsor of the Pinecast, I'd know about this.
You would think so. I did happen to notice that the Poppin' Mags intern was on it.
The intern was on it?
That's correct.
And I knew nothing about it.
Doesn't surprise me. Hop on over to hub.pogdigital.com and check it out today.
Poppin's poppin' and locking, Magnum scrutinizing. Poppin' Mags Podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 35 of the Zilly Award-winning, twice over, Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, how you doing?
It's NFL, it's American football playoffs going on. There was some college playoffs. So yeah, it's like the best time of the year.
It's definitely been a football weekend. Wild card weekend, I like how they expanded it, right? So we had 2 college football games, one on Thursday, one on Friday, and 6 NFL playoff games.
2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 tomorrow on Monday.
That's correct. Tomorrow being Wednesday, but yesterday being Monday.
When's the national championship for college?
I believe that is the 20th, so a week from Monday.
Unbelievable.
It is a good time of the year for sports, basically for football.
Couldn't disagree with anything you said right there.
Now, I do have a little bit of a problem with one of the college football games. I forgot to bring this up last week. The Duke's Mayo Bowl, one of the college bowl games. Did you happen to catch any of that?
No, but you sent me and our pal something about it.
Boy, oh boy. So just like it sounds, Duke's Mayo. I've never heard of Duke's Mayo. Have you?
I feel like I have. I don't believe I've had it, but I feel like I have heard of it.
All right. Yeah, I've never have. I'll never forget it though. So, they sponsored a bowl game, and the whole time, like, the announcers are talking Mayo stuff. And it's just like, I'm, disgusted as it is by Mayo in general. And during one of the times they're watching the game and supposed to be announcing the game, these guys have like these frozen ice creams and they're dipping it in mayo and eating it.
Didn't one of them like it though?
One of them started hurling.
That's true. Yeah. Which was funny.
And still, like, even as a Duke's Mayo sponsor, it's like,
proud sponsor.
Yeah, you just got your name out there in a big way, in a way that people aren't going to forget. So I'll be honest with you. if I'm ever looking for mayo, and I'm not like completely opposed to mayo like I am cottage cheese, but I like tuna fish. I like chicken salad. I like just a little bit of mayo. I'm not a big mayo guy, but if I see Duke's mayo on the shelf, I'm probably gonna grab
Give
a
it a
bottle.
whirl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? The person that I would not want to be though is the winning coach. Do you know why?
Is it like a Gatorade bath?
A Gatorade bath
Shower?
of mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Yee.
Yeah. That's just a little bit too much. I mean, I was watching I think they had a highlight of one from years prior, and the guy, it was basically a Gatorade shower, except the guy got donked. First he got donked on the head by the Gatorade container and then just covered. Cuz I mean, dude, like that's got to be 7 gallons of mayonnaise. Like that's a lot. Maybe
Seven
more.
7 gallons of commercial-free mayonnaise starts
Yeah.
right now.
Right. And
Yeah.
and how much do you think that weighs? That's got to be weighs a lot more than Gatorade, I'd say.
Sure.
They say
Sure.
that's a higher viscosity or low, I don't know, lower.
Yeah. I saw this like meme this week on a side note, I guess meme of the week, but it
Yeah.
was like there was like 2 stormtroopers and one was so Imperial stormtrooper and then metric stormtrooper, right?
Okay.
Because it's the Imperial system, as you educated me.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
How was the metric one dressed?
They looked exactly no,
Ah.
they were exactly the same. They were it was exactly the same stormtrooper.
Gotcha.
And it might have been like a toy stormtrooper. Ill
Okay.
regards. Yeah.
No regard.
Ill regard.
Yeah. So that was I had to get that out of my system because that was absolutely brutal. Another part of thing, one of the bowls games this weekend was the Orange Bowl. And the one of the winners was eating an orange without taking the peel off.
You can do that?
Yeah, I mean, sure, you could try. We had a big time T fuel pump here recently. I don't know if
Large
you
Marge.
noticed
Oh, I noticed.
that. Man, just like all of a sudden out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. And what was that? Saturday afternoon or something?
I think
Right?
so. Did
Something
it
like
get up
that?
to 10 cents? Or it was over
It was
9, wasn't
it
it?
was like definitely over 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just out
And it
of
was like
nowhere.
it was at like I don't know, it was probably like over 6 3/4 cents before that.
Yeah.
So it was a huge pump.
Yeah. 50% pump.
It was I mean I think we all knew that wasn't going to last. Everything
Oh,
else
yeah.
is
They don't use it.
down and then
Yeah.
T Fuel randomly just pumps that hard. Which
Yeah.
happens with coins. It's not like
Oh, 100%. That's not just a T fuel thing. I agree.
yeah. I'm not like I'm not trying to go to negative 10. I'm just saying like, hey, when stuff pumps, it's a good chance to exit liquidity and move some stuff around because it's going to go back down.
I mean, it is a calculated risk if you want to try it. Yes, it's not
Yeah.
guaranteed to go back down.
Not financial advice.
No, never financial advice, and it's not guaranteed to go back down. It could continue to pump,
Yep.
like what happened to me with VentureMind. But
Is that
what are you gonna do?
pumping?
That was pumping, dude. It was so VentureMind. I was lucky enough to get in pretty early, and I staked a good chunk of it. But I had another kind of chunk on the side, and I was like, oh well, it's up far enough now that if I sell this, I basically all my other tokens that I have staking are free rolling, right?
Right.
And that's just a nice feeling. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I got these, they're staking and they're already paid for. Like I basically have no risk involved in that position. So I'm trying to do that a little bit more, but sure enough, I do that and it goes like 3x like from where I was like with the quickness. But what are you going to do? These guys did just come out recently with a staking leaderboard, and apparently the top 300 based on amount staked and time staked are going to be eligible for some kind of an AI agent NFT mint. I don't know if you've seen anything about it, but
Nope, I haven't.
So, I mean, I'm not sure what this NFT is, but the project is basically using AI in robotics. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I'm trying to look more into it. I haven't had a chance yet. I got in kind of early just based on good advice and liking that Theta was involved with it to see where it was, because it was so early, but never really looked too much into it. So now it's like, wow, like maybe I shouldn't have sold those other that other chunk, but who knows? We'll see. But you know what? The one thing I found pretty funny, my understanding of the Theta use case for VentureMind is the CDN, the Content Delivery Network.
Ba-da-dun, ba-da-dun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different network. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that was like the Theta's original purpose, wasn't it? That they pivoted from
Before AI and t-shirts.
before it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
man, maybe we should have stuck with that, because guess what? Everything else is AI right now. Like I don't know if that's. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to a certain degree, but it's just.
If one thing's like dominating the focus the last so many years, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not like anti AI. That AI is
I'm not
fine,
either. Yeah.
but it's like, what's her face in Mean Girls? Like it. I think it's kind of like Fetch right now. Like, if everyone's doing it, then it doesn't matter.
You're
I
too
guess.
late.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. But what do I know? Getting called out with others in the AMA because saying that they're just changing their game plan midstream because they want to go to the next hot thing, which they vehemently, they being Theta Labs, vehemently, whatever,
Totally.
they deny.
Yeah.
So whatever. But I mean, I'm sure Theta's still doing it, just they're not doing it like they did before when they had like Theta TV.
Right.
RIP.
RIP for sure. I did see that Theta did have the 2025 roadmap. They did bring up a vast majority of the milestones were hit on schedule. A few items on the roadmap were delayed, pushed back for various reasons. For example, Theta Video API was made part of the broader Edge Cloud platform. So the next major update to TVA, Theta Video API, will come as Edge Cloud itself is fully rolled out in 2025.
Roll out. Boom.
So I guess that's not Theta TV, but still Theta Video API. So I was gonna just go through this a little bit. I did find some of this stuff interesting, looking at their roadmap. One of the things that they're saying on here, and we've batted back so many times of these subchains, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is subchains, have they just dropped off the face of the earth? Are they not a focus anymore? They seem to make it sound like there is still room on their plate for these subchains in one way or the other. And they're saying over the course of the year, the daily metachain transactions on Theta Network increased by over 50% and is now approaching 350,000 transactions per day.
350 per day?
350,000.
Wow. That sounds substantial.
Primarily driven by Levita, Pogs, Passaways, Grove. I don't know how that adds into this.
But what about all those people having all these Levita issues and having to reset up their? Well,
that's the
is that
right?
That's the okay?
But that would be on there because those, yeah, that would be on there because those all go on to the subchain, as we have found the difficulty with retrieving those tokens fast. Our friends Replay are also listed here.
Shout out.
And Bullet. So the one thing I thought was extremely funny, what I'm looking at the post on Twitter, X, right underneath it, somebody, I forget who it was, they posted like, AI agents now, just still chasing after the next new thing or something to that effect. And Mitch was like, we're only doing it because our customers are requesting it. Is that true? I don't know.
I mean, what he said in the AMA was, or what Team Theta put up at the AMA was like, they go like into the why we're doing it is because it's someone else's. I felt like someone else. If I don't do it, someone else is going to do it, and people are looking into it, and people want to get into it or figure out if they need to get into it, so then they could get to us. But I think that works both ways, because I think that same discussion of companies getting into AI, should I not? I think it should be the same thing with Theta Labs. Should I not? No, they just felt like they just went right in it.
Well, I think that they could have gained from it immensely without even having to get truly into it, but by just allowing the computational services on the edge cloud, right? AI needs a bunch of computational power. So using the edge cloud for that reason is a perfect fit. Getting more into it than that is, I don't know if it's necessary. And the AI agents, these definitely are already available or will be real soon. But if you want to use it on Theta, you're going to have a Theta one, right? People will build them on their own chains. So, TNT 20s right now aren't really too much of a hotspot. They're basically
Dynamite.
dead. Yeah. They're basically dead compared to other chains, right? There's just nothing.
Well,
There's not a lot of traction. There's not a lot of liquidity.
No, but also too, once again, we talked about the Phantom Wallet last week, right?
Yeah.
And that brings other chains on there, and you could swap into things and get coins that way, get your NFTs on there. You know what I mean? You can do a lot with that. And Theta doesn't, I don't know, like they don't want to do it, just like they don't want to get on Coinbase, because they've been working with Coinbase since 2017. And apparently new phone who dis, because they don't know who the hell you are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm probably wrong for sure, but just
well, that's okay. It's okay to be wrong. But here, I think you'll appreciate this. So the second, I think it says H2 2025 roadmap. I'm assuming that means second half of the year.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just I don't know.
We got anyone in the C-suite can translate that for us?
H2. Yeah. I mean, is that H2O? Like, where
that's some high quality H2O.
This year we'll be expanding the Theta Hackathon.
No, say less.
No, we gotta cover this.
All right.
This year we'll also be expanding the Theta Hackathon to an in-person event with significant ongoing support for the top Theta ecosystem projects. I would like to know what that means, because if that is truly about supporting the top Theta ecosystem projects,
I think you'd have to be in the ecosystem.
I think you would. I'm not.
Maybe even adjacent, or maybe that's.
Yeah. I'm not trying to put us into the picture here, but
if there's, I think. Okay, go ahead.
That almost sounds like someone was listening to us a little bit, if done properly, right? I mean, we're all about making right to the people that are building and staying and building and building and building. Why not give them the reward rather than some unknowns that are going to come in and it's their job to drop
liquidity?
Yeah, exactly. And then just dump and leave and then go on to the next, and then take the project that they did for you and just put it onto the next chain.
Yep.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm very interested to see what that looks like. The in-person event, though, I'm not sure about that. Like, what does that have to do with a hackathon? It's not like, most of these projects, where are you going to go? Like get locked in the same room? Is it going to be like a TV show?
Is it like a science fair, or like, hey, we're all building together?
Is this like Squid Games, right?
This is so far the coolest thing, though. I mean, I might be wrong, but this sounds very promising. So I like it. I don't know. We're not technical, so like, like I rarely wear glasses. You probably wear glasses all the time, but you're looking at spreadsheets. I'm talking about like real devs, and builders like that. We are not. So that's out of my. I can't speak to that. And but it sounds like on paper, or right. It sounds. Maybe they were listening to us finally.
I hope so. I mean, that would be cool. I still like, the in-person part, is that like the culmination? Like, like instead of this is going to be this year's Zillies, right? The hackies.
The hackies.
The-
Hackies. Oh my god.
So I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully we get some people that we know into there and winning, because there's always people that we know entering, but there's rarely people that we know winning.
Ecosystem. Like, I would think
Yeah.
that you can't just show up
Right.
out of nowhere. Oh, I've done all this stuff on ETH. Like, cool.
Yeah.
You're not an ecosystem.
Significant ongoing support for the top Theta ecosystem projects. Love it.
Do they go by the ecosystem page on who's in the ecosystem?
I hope
you
not.
have to be on there.
I hope not.
You have to be on there to be considered
Katy
in the
Perry,
ecosystem.
big winner.
You think Katie is trying to get into a hack? I mean, she's a hack.
She's on the ecosystem.
Yeah, but she don't want to be part of Theta. She just wanted free tendies. Everyone knows that, and she was responsible for that nun getting killed. So,
oh boy,
let's I don't think Katie's looking to do that. But I mean, we've reached out to Katie's people for comment, and we've heard nothing. I don't think they're involved in that.
Maybe that Pet Collective, that one.
I don't even see them trying to do that because they're like a big company, Trusted Media Brands. So they fall under Trusted Media Brands, just like the what are those Fail Army stuff?
Oh yeah, is that the same? Okay.
So like it's like, and then I don't know if it was them or someone else. Is the Price is Right? But like, I can't see people that are already established that are just making these NFTs to like compete and try to take away from actual people that are building. You know what I mean? I don't think that's.
You never know.
You do never know. That is true. I'm just saying that's my 2 cents.
Okay. All right. So right after that, it says, and buckle your seatbelt here.
Oh.
Following the successful template of collaboration with the Vegas Golden Knights, we're in discussion with several prominent pro sports and esports teams looking to edge cloud for their AI strategy with the opportunity to launch subchains. That's what I was saying, why it seems like these meta chains are not just going by the wayside. Maybe there is a plan.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I think the Levita stuff works fine on the subchain.
Yeah.
I think there's issues with some of these NFT projects on subchains.
It needs to be fixed for sure.
Right. So, and also too, like, if Theta didn't build it for POG or any of these other
they're not going to build it for you.
They should not just build it for you, because
unless they're going to build a suite of tools that are going to be accessible, which would be brilliant, or hire someone that can.
That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. SW. It'd be a sweet.
Yeah. Oh, it's spelled differently. I got you. I thought it was spelled the same. I don't know. My head. If it sounds the same, I think it's spelled the same.
Well, that's the English language for you. Thank you very much to whoever invented that.
Yeah, fucker.
Yep. So, now, were you aware that there's a T-drop engagement with Open Theta?
What do you mean T-drop engagement?
Like, apparently you can earn T-drop from Open Theta.
I think so. Simon was moderating the AMA, and I think him and Wes had a little back and forth. So like, and Simon was on our show last year.
Yes.
And like, it felt like they wanted to do something with T-drop as part of with Open Theta.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I didn't see anything materialize from that. Not that there's not delays, right? But
well, this is actually mentioned in the successes of 2024. It says T-drop was also extended to use as part of Open Theta Marketplace.
Oh, they just extended it to what does that mean? Like they're giving people for buying NFTs on Open Theta T-drop, or
well, I mean that. What else could it mean? That should be
why,
what it means,
and
right?
why is and okay, well then, one, is that really happening? Two,
right?
Why is Theta Rarity not afforded the same? Right, the same thing. Why is it just Simon.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with Simon. I love Simon.
No,
And
I
I love
agree.
Open Theta, but I like everyone else too. I'm
Yeah,
you know, I'm
Theta
very
Rarity is
likable.
great. They all have their,
Yeah, but
all three of them have pros
pros and cons. Yeah,
100%.
Jinx. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but and it's like, is Theta just moving that over? And if so, why the fuck wasn't that voted on?
Yeah.
How
I
does that
mean,
work? How does that work, Wes?
well, the original intention of T drop
Agreed.
was
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It was for that, and they failed miserably on it.
Oh, yeah.
And when we tried to change it, they said, "Oh, you didn't have enough." No, though millions, no one voted against it, and millions of delegated T drop voted for it. You don't have enough because there isn't enough in the universe at this moment to make those changes. But then that was what Wes was trying to shovel down our throats, and then now all of a sudden that I hope it works, but I'm just saying, like, once again, people listen to us well after the fact, and they change the rule, and they try to change it just enough that that's not what we said. But like, then why can't you fix these back transactions?
Yeah.
And why can't people be told when this is happening and rolled out?
Yeah.
They gave Simon the Theta swap, right? I didn't see any bid-in process. They just, hey, we like you. We're gonna give it. And I might be wrong. So Simon called me out at ThetaCon. I love Simon, and he's like, he says he likes us because we call things out and we're not always right. We're right often, and we're not. And then we'll own it. And he's like, yeah, there's stuff you said about me that you're wrong about, and that's fine. That's why we do the show, right? But like, I can, like, one, we're humans. We're flawed. We see things differently, and two, we don't always have all the information. So we're making our best educated try
exactly.
at what makes sense.
Based on perception a lot of times.
Perception, yeah, of course. It's key.
Not inception, but
Dun dun. Oh, that's Law and Order. Sorry.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I'd prefer to be called out on Twitter, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's great content. And I really don't mind
Abel
dunking on you or me.
Oh, dunk away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great content to just dunk on myself. Easy content.
Self-burn.
It's like that guy Fluffy. You ever watch Gabriel Iglesias?
I've seen him.
He's hilarious. He dunks on himself all the time. It's like the best form of comedy. Rather than like, ask somebody a question in the crowd and then try to, make fun of them. You can do that too. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. But
yeah, well, once again, it's like, hey, they're doing something. It's like that we've finally been asking for, kind of, right? Ish. And it's like, oh, why all of a sudden now are they doing it? And why are we just told now? And once again, they're private. They don't have to share stuff with us, right? But
agreed.
But if they're the one that is like rolled out this permissionless coin and fucked everything up with with how it's going out, then yeah, like, it's like you want to take the credit and the good press when it's convenient for you, and then you don't know anything about it, never heard about it when people are up in arms about the issue. But
yeah,
we'll continue to be the fall guy, right? Like, I don't care. Like, we're wrong. We're wrong.
I prefer not to be sued for, but yeah.
Good. But once again, going off the best information that we have and using my peanut brain to make an opinion or educated opinion on something.
That works.
Yeah.
So they actually, in this, for 2H 2025, extend T-drop utility was one of the things that they were looking to do. And it has 2 bullet points. 1, third-party partner marketplaces. That's with an S. So they're already saying in here that 2024 was a success. T-drop was extended to Open Theta. So that can't be what they're talking about here, because they're already claiming it as a W for 24. So that's marketplaces. I mean, I guess that could be Theta board and Theta rarity, but who knows?
Was it the Selene network?
Selene could be Selene. Yeah, why not? And then secondly, here you go. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
New use cases for T-drop to power AI agents RAG chatbots, and other AI apps. So I'm assuming that's why T-Drop had its day.
Pumpage.
Yeah, it had it
Yeah.
a few days ago,
Huh.
before the T fuel pump. So what does that mean? I have no idea. How useful is an AI agent going to be on the Theta network? As far like, there's
TBD.
one, yeah, TBD for sure, for sure. There's one project I'm in on Solana, and they're building an AI agent, and this AI agent. Have you ever used like a sniper bot on Telegram?
No.
Dude, it's
I know
not.
about them, but
Yeah, I did it. I tried to figure it out. It's not impossible, but it's also not easy to use for the average person.
like we learned, but we took our deep dive into crypto in
Yeah.
2017, and which was a lot of information to take in.
Yeah.
And there's only so much room in my head
Oh
for
yeah.
for
Oh
new
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So, but basically what this project is doing is creating this AI agent, and you can tell this AI agent like look, keep an eye on this Twitter account. When it drops a contract address, here's you give that AI agent its own wallet. You can put Solana in it, and you can put in orders for them to buy the token on the drop, and just like buy and sell for you. It's like it can be like your personal financial advisor that makes trades for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You set them up and put them in, and it takes care of it. So it's got its own wallet, and it does flips for you. It's like, okay, buy this one when it at this point, and if it gets to here, sell this much, and you can do trades through it that way. So that is extremely cool. On Solana, it's extremely valuable because there's 1,000 coins dropping every 10 minutes probably, and just craziness. On Theta, I don't know how valuable something like that would be, because there's not much activity, but there's certainly other uses for them. That's just one use for an AI agent. So there's certainly others, but yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
we'll see what they do with that. And any additional utility is great. Personally, I think it's a little bit of a ripoff to T Fuel. I think T Fuel should be the utility for that. T Drop was, uh, dude, T Drop, Theta Drop market. It's based on NFT buys and sells,
Yep.
and this seems more like a T Fuel thing to me. But call me. Everybody can have their own opinion. Call me whatever. I don't care. Why do we
Right.
need T Drop? Why was T Drop ever needed?
I'm sure a lot of them made a lot of money on it.
Oh, 100%. But other than that, what's the point of it?
You don't need more coins for stuff like
There's no point of like Theta. If you got rid of T Drop and only had T Fuel, you wouldn't be missing anything. Like, what would you be missing?
right. Well,
Nothing.
and they're always like, is stake in Theta worth it?
Yeah, not really, right?
I mean, you get those airdrops of whatever new stuff they come up with, but like,
That's it, though. Like, but
right, like,
they need more meta chains for that, right? And they need more meta chains that
right.
don't
And they want people
like.
to stake, and they want people,
Yeah.
though, if they unstake, they want to get it in 5 days, or their pizza's free or whatever, 4 days. And then,
30 minutes.
yeah, right. So like, but the T drop, you can just move back and forth. Like, oh, they cracked the code on that one, but not everything else. So, when I guess I just segued this, but like, when there's a pumpage, oh, well, I have it staked and I'm doing my part, to secure the network, and it's staked, but I can't lock any profits in. So
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's too much coins, and they all the times we've brought it up, and other people have brought it up, they didn't try to they didn't want to lift a finger to fix it, and that was what they're the ones that fucking made it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought it could have been good, and it still can be, maybe, but
Well, they're trying to make it now by giving it this additional utility, but that's just taking from T Fuel, in my opinion.
okay. Well, I think it's taken from the people that should have got it for buying NFTs on Theta Drop. Like, they should have, in a fair way, not oh, I spend I spend $30 on NFT and I get 500 T Drop. I spend 10,000 dollars on an NFT and I get the same amount.
Yeah.
Which is so they like cap it and they play these fucking games with it. So
Yeah, no cap.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was my key takeaways here from the episode. I mean, it sounds
Doesn't sound bad.
no, it doesn't sound bad. I'm hoping what they say about the hackathon is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
But that's TBD, and
Sure.
we will see.
Okay.
All right. Want to head over to
POG Corner?
Yeah.
POG Corner. And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all safe as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today.
This week's POG key phrase is honey. That's capital H, lowercase ONEY. Honey.
This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
All right. So we still got some count ups. Sorry guys, but POG season 1, 14 days. Founder staking, 14 days. This might be actually the first POG count ups that lasted more than 1 week. Is that?
No, I don't think that's
No?
true.
All right. It might be.
That's true.
Most of them are pretty quick though.
Yeah, and who knows? We still have plenty of time to get Mondayed.
But let's get Mondayed.
Yeah.
Nothing better than getting a nice
We
Monday.
love it, actually, you know?
It's funny. Yeah. It's funny. I do feel like sometimes it's purposeful too.
For sure.
So what do we got? I heard you had a nice little spaces the other day.
Yeah, so Kyler was a little, it's like, oh, calling, we're on the count ups now, and I think he's good with it. It's, hey, this is what we were tracking after multiple fixes of setbacks to what it is. So I think that's fine. I don't think it's a big. I don't think these count ups are much of a big deal yet because
this is just not a big deal at all.
No,
this is just us having some fun. Maybe applying a little pressure, trying to get things to season 2, and certainly trying to get the founder staking.
Yep.
But hey, no, this is all in good fun.
Yeah. Too, though, I had a long discussion on there over Kyler's other coin, the CV3 by Virtuals.
Right. Yeah.
Which
on base chain.
Correct. Yep. And the way he says it. So, well, a couple things. Like I said, and I liked. We'll get to it in a second. I liked what he had to say, or I appreciate what he had to say and understand his rationale a lot better. But they previously, before that, if it wasn't like holiday stuff, they were doing money through Friday Spaces. This coin, we found out about it on a Sunday, and there was no spaces Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we couldn't really get any information on it. But brought up why didn't like the POG community know about it? And what he had to say is so he built this on his own time, and I get that. I brought up the investing thing, but he just didn't want people in POG to lose money because he had no idea that it was going to hit a $14 million or $4 million market cap, in a few hours or a day or so or whatever, right? So
sure,
he didn't want to basically put this out because then you can, I guess, and he didn't say this, but I guess you can imagine, oh, now he's fucking doing this. If you put it out, it's oh, now he's doing this coin. So it's hey, we're pissed we didn't know about it, or we pissed we knew about it, I guess, right? So his thing was he didn't see it as an investment. He really wants to build something with this, and it sounds pretty cool. I can't do it justice trying to explain it. A bit of it's over my head, but it sounds cool. Maybe Kyler can come on the show, talk pogs, talk about this, whatever. But
That'd be great.
But yeah, essentially, it's he's dedicated some time, and he has experience in this stuff, and he wants to see what it can do. And I think his fear was one, either like if they told us why you dumping this thing and expecting us to buy it, versus not saying anything about it. Hey, why didn't you tell us about it? Because we missed out on Mad Gains, right? So I don't know what you're taking on that. I kind of okay, I didn't see it that way, and I only went off the information that I had. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, just in general, it would have been nice to just know beforehand. No, not financial advice, not looking to sell to us, but just saying like, this is, I just kind of put this together. This is what I did. Just wanted to let you guys know. Don't expect you to buy it. Don't expect you to invest at all in this thing, but just more as a heads up than anything else.
yeah,
But it is what it is. Like, it goes back to that conversation that we were kind of had. It's like, what is right? Like because the expectations of a community member towards what the project should do for them is a lot different than the expectations of the project manager and what they should do for the community. Right? Two completely different things. Never gonna match up
Alexa, stop.
perfectly. There it is, 10:40. But I don't know. I would have just, if it was mine, I would have said something with the intention of not trying to sell it to anybody. But hey, it's not, to me, it's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. Like, I know a bunch of people got upset.
Some people I think stormed out of POG.
Really?
It sounded like
Oh wow, yeah.
sold out of POG. Not while it won, but he already sold out of the POG, right? But another person or other persons unknown where they voiced their frustration with it. So because I mean it's tough because after POG got slammed and we started working it back up, and it's been going down. I mean the market's it feels like it's been going down a bit, right? So
we had a nice little exciting time, and now it's kind of going sideways and just kind of drifting down a little bit for the most part. But I think in anticipation of another leg up. But sure, yeah. I mean, and honestly, like, truly, what does a project owner owe the community, right? It's tough to be a project owner, man, because you can't do anything right.
it's like you can't, well that's like you can't have a hobby. Like that's something else
yeah.
he wanted to work on that had nothing to do with POG, and he didn't like leverage POG to do it, or get the community to like, hey, you guys got to back me on this.
Hopefully we can get Kyler on here and talk about it, and we'll
Let's give
go
him
from
something
there.
to talk about.
Yeah, well, we can do that too. But I think the key point here is it's tough to be a project creator, right?
Yeah,
because the community expectations of you are just relentlessly ridiculous for the most part. I mean, obviously, I think me and you both have expectations of projects as well, and some may seem ridiculous to project owners, but some seem like they should be legit. Anyway, so that was basically all I had from the NFT crypto Theta point of view. I got a few other things here.
Yeah.
I do want to stop here 1 second and just, obviously this past week has just been awful out in California with these fires. And we know of at least one member of the community that was impacted in a negative way. So just want to, express condolences to what's going on out there. Hope everyone is safe. I hope these things get put out and that, lives can be put back together. But that's
from both of us.
Yeah. So did you have a couple things, or do you want to,
A couple things. I was on the Fortnite tonight, and I don't look at the shop too much, but So they had, and I don't know if this is new or this has been around for a while. It's probably been around for a while. I don't know, but they were selling in the item shop Nike Air Jordans that you
Oh
could
my
put on your
goodness.
skins. So it's like, wasn't that like an idea? Like NFTs were going to do that?
Yeah.
And because it's kind of crazy because like I think the video game companies, I'm sure more people that are smarter in the video game space, but some of a lot of creators we have in the space, right? Isn't it like they're like so anti NFT, they don't want to get in it. But it's like if you integrated NFTs into the thing, so you there could be a fixed amount of something, and then it would create a marketplace. Well, guess what? Like there could be secondary sales on those Nikes, and Nike's making money. So it's like you're taking away money from the players and the people that are licensing their stuff. Really,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, so to that point, these games and these in-game purchases, they might as well be NFTs, right? You hold them in your inventory. The only difference is you don't really own them.
Yeah.
Right? You don't own them. You stop playing the game, those things go away. You can't resell them in any way, shape, or form. So if the transaction was as seamless going into an inventory, which is basically your wallet because you paid for these things in some way, shape, or form, and now they're being able to be sold on the doesn't even, you don't have to know that it's blockchain and sell it in a shop. It's just, it would bring a lot more benefits to the gamer. And I think that's what had us really excited about some of these blockchain games coming out. But before I get too far, the fact that you brought up Nikes today,
yeah.
dude,
What?
uh big Team Magnum fan in this household over here,
Mrs. Popper?
very extremely anti Nike from henceforth.
I'm
Yeah,
not
just that
I'm not
I'm
praising Nike
oh no.
or anyway.
It's
I'm just
just so funny that you brought that up this week. Like
mind melt.
because it was a very long conversations that that
That you
I've
had.
had with her. Oh my goodness, like this is more on a B2B level. Yeah, Nike is
Mrs. Popper is British Knights all the way.
well, listen, we have Nike gear. She got us like Nike sneakers last time she was over there. We're allowed to wear those, but I can't get any more new Nike stuff. I'm done.
Okay.
So Under Armour for me.
Okay. Not a proud sponsor.
No, wouldn't mind, but yeah, for sure. But that's hilarious that you brought that up. I couldn't believe it. I do like Air Jordans though, so I'm a little disappointed by that. But
and they only make so many, and then people sell them, and there's this secondary economy, and Nike's aware of that, and they have lines and releases or whatever, right? But put it on the blockchain. Nope, you don't get to actually own it, so we're not going to put it on the blockchain.
Yeah, I mean it's like anything else that's good. It gets counterfeited, right? You don't counterfeit garbage. You counterfeit what's good, and that's what happened. And it gave NFTs a bad name, and now people don't even really truly understand what an NFT is.
I don't know why we haven't talked about this. It's been on like notes that I haven't written down for weeks, but the Pambot.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty entertaining, right?
Yeah. So I think that kind of made an appearance, not the Pambot specifically, but is that considered a rag bot? I believe.
You're talking to the wrong guy, man.
Hold on, it's a
Ragbot.
Rag chatbot, an AI. Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know what that means.
Retrieval augmented generation.
Oh, it's like an acronym.
Yeah, it is an acronym.
I don't know what that acronym means, though. I mean, I've heard the words.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, the words went in one ear and straight out the other.
Shout out English language, proud sponsor.
Yeah. So what is retrieval augmented generation? Is the process of optimizing the output of a large language model so it references an authoritative knowledge base outside of its training data sources before generating a response. So it's like a thinking, responding AI bot, basically.
Okay. I like that it's got Theta news and info. And it's our pal Pam. So
yes. Yep.
I don't know why you couldn't get behind that.
No, absolutely. It's that's I believe that is becoming a little bit more of the go-to. Like, I think that's kind of what they're looking to do within these pro sports and esports teams too, like on their websites.
Uh,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's a good use of it. And
I got some Web 2 news that I just thought was like interesting.
okay,
So a couple things. Did you hear about this PayPal Honey class action lawsuit?
no,
Can I tell you about it?
please.
So you know how like it could have been back in the day on Theta TV or YouTube or Twitch or like any streaming platform where creators like go live and stuff like that, or even if they don't. But so people would have like sponsored, so they would have like sponsored, and if you use the promo code, you'd save that money, and then they would get a kickback from from you using the promo, like the
Oh, like
time
sizzle popcorn?
like Sizzle Popcorn. Yep,
No, no.
where Baller could have put the code in and we could have got like a couple
Ah,
bucks, couple cents on that.
Could have had a coffee almost.
Yeah, but didn't. But so basically, uh, Honey. So Honey is like a coupon, like Chrome browser or
okay,
just
yeah, yeah,
extension, right?
yeah,
It basically searches for coupon codes, right?
yep.
So what happens is Honey, like they advertise with all these content creators, different platforms to promote Honey. So like, hey, they're
Mhm.
getting paid to promote Honey. And so they're encouraging their followers to like download Honey or use the Honey extension, whatever,
I
right?
love honey. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, and like this is in like the lawsuit, so I'll just speak to how I understand it. What Honey and PayPal was doing. So one, they spent all this money advertising Honey to people by these content creators. So then the content creators either, and then maybe they have different sponsorships with other companies or products or whatever, or services, yada yada yada, whatever, right? And what they were doing, so you put in the code to your creator, right? Well, when you put something in Honey, like, hey, we're automatically searching for the best discount codes,
Right.
and they might not come up with a discount code. And then what they do is they put their promo code after they say they can't find it, like one that's better, whatever.
Oh,
They automatically put their, it like kicks the creator, the YouTuber. YouTubers are funny. I think they're legitimate. I love YouTube, man. I wish they were a sponsor.
yeah.
But so yeah, so what they were doing is they were getting the kickbacks. PayPal Honey, or Honey, who's owned by PayPal, was getting the kickbacks. So Honey paid money to sponsor people to use their app, and then these content creators, other people, they encourage people to download Honey. So they were compensated for people to use Honey, but then Honey was trying to take money out of their pockets. So kind of fucked up. And it sounds like there's some cool videos on YouTube, and this one guy who like went down the rabbit hole to prove that it was doing that, like with like this data in the back end that, like, I don't know. I'm lucky I can get, like I'm basic internet search guy, right? So,
Yeah.
but like there's all these codes that make up what we see, whatever. So,
Right.
they can see like that it's automatically default into one that they don't own. So basically they paid people to steal from their pockets.
Unbelievable.
And how much, some of these influencers, right, or scamfluencers, or
Yeah.
what, or basic creators, like all of a sudden, like, wow, how much did they get fucked over? And
Right.
for someone who's only doing that as a job, which they could, whatever,
Right.
or
Yeah.
even a hobby, it's like, well, how much could they have had where like, oh, I got to like make a choice between something because like the money and time I put into this is not really paying. It's just, I think it's like un uncalculable, or
Yeah.
whatever, the amount of money they took by doing that, and how that affects it. So I hope they get freaking destroyed.
Jimmy
But
Jam Job.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the PayPal Honey class action I want to tell you about. And then going over to the world of entertainment, the
Ooh.
IMDb.
Oh man. Yes.
I haven't finished. I'm still going through it, but Papa Mags is on IMDb. Most of the episodes
Unbelievable.
from season 1 and 2 are up. Some from season 3, and we put cast members in it. People that
That's
joined us.
hilarious.
It's actually kind of cool. It shows who's been on the. You can tell by like how many times they've been on the show.
That's
So
crazy.
it's
Well
like
done.
it's like me, you, Andrea, then Rob,
Yeah.
and I think like Ivory and Kyler are
Yeah.
maybe Ivory might be ahead of Kyler, but it will tell us. So
Close. Yeah.
it's interesting. So we can see who's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 timer.
That's funny. Well done on that.
Yeah, but yeah, and people could add stuff, make comments, add trivia to certain episodes if they want. They could post stuff about the show. So it's Papa Mags is not just me and you; it's everyone. Like
Yeah.
so
It's the everyone adjacent to the community, and even some that are in the community.
that's right.
Ecosystem. I'm sorry, ecosystem adjacent.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked today, whatever, because I was like, dude, I spent hours yesterday and then a few hours on Friday, but I've spent hours and hours. Like Kyler's working on his own side project. I was working on entering shit on IMDb, fucking my ass going numb.
Well, Jordan's must have been easy to add, right?
Yeah, sure. And Jordan's been on twice, and I thought Jordan. She was telling me a while ago that she's only been on once. No, she was on twice. So, which now we're remembering, and we had a blast with Jordan both times. Yeah, it was kind of cool seeing that, and it's like if I didn't put you in if you weren't in the episode, like I don't count commercials. So like you weren't there, but like so the one where I had the army guy I used to work with who has his own podcast. Yep. And then I grabbed Zilla just to do the intro, so Zilla got credit. He was a co-host for that show. Swampy's up there too. Our boy Swampy is up there too. People can add stuff, ratings, reviews, individual episodes, trivia. Fucking like go wild, people, if you want. And if we have anything screwed up, let me know. Or you could probably do it yourself. But questions. And that's another thing too. Still in Web 2, like people have questions they want us to ask. Like, they hit us up on Twitter. Like the guy we brought up last week or the week before. I think we brought him up both weeks, who responded to kind of like what we said and we're talking about with, what was that issue? With the, what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. And it's slipping my mind right now. Oh, the bronze VIPs.
Yes, the VIP. So that's 3 weeks in a row we bring up the VIP, and no one at corporate has reached out to us. We haven't been liaised with by any Zilly Award winning liaisons, right?
Yeah.
So we're just two ecosystem adjacent people.
Yep.
So
before we go, I need to get your opinion on this because it's kind of been driving me nuts lately. High beams in cars.
Okay.
I mean, is this a problem overseas as well on the other side of the pond?
I didn't do a lot of driving at night overseas. Oh, you're just asking the public in general that overseas. I mean, that makes sense.
Do they have lights on their cars? They must, right?
I kind of like where you're going because I've been bothered, and sometimes it makes me feel like my high beams aren't even on.
Yeah.
Or my lights aren't even on sometimes, the way people have such fucking bright lights.
Oh my goodness. Are the lights getting brighter? Dude,
yeah.
Seriously.
Like sometimes I like cut the lights just to see if the fucking light's on, because I can't fucking tell if I have lights on, even though I see that on the thing it says it's on.
Yeah.
But I let me just run through you what I think I remember from driving school that somehow I passed on the first go. No big deal. Was high beams, like you can have the high beams on at night if there's like no cars around you. If there's other cars around you want to be on regular beams. I guess unless you're the lead car, maybe.
Yes. You can,
as
long as you're not behind somebody or there's not a car coming towards you, high beams are appropriate.
And I think you're not supposed to use them in fog because it reflects more.
Well, fog, it's harder to see. Yeah, because it's just blasting the fog right back in your face. Unless you have fog lights, and fog lights point straight down to the ground.
Oh, is fog lights a thing?
Yeah, there's fog lights. Some vehicles have fog lights, and they just
now mine
go straight down.
Okay, didn't know that. So I guess that's my opinion on it. But shit has been so fucking bright, and then I get like, if I'm doing like some late night drives or long drives, I'm like, oh, how close is too close? Like to cut them off or if there's a hill. But I try to always have it off. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I can't tell if people like I can't tell if sometimes people have them on or
Yeah.
they hit them on by mistake. Like I get so confused on what's
I
going on.
know. So agreed. And it just seems like lights on cars are just getting brighter and brighter, that it is harder to tell. Especially, I think it's these new Ford Bronco electric vehicles. Are there a lot of
Woogie
those around
woogie,
you?
woogie
Like
woogie woogie.
Jeeps?
I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, oh my goodness. Super bright. And I can't tell. It's like, is that just how bright they are always? Or like, what is going
Yeah, I
on
feel like
here?
some of them are like super bright all the time.
It drives me nuts. But today, it just made me think about it because today, I'm on my way home, just minding my own business, and a car coming towards me like flashes their bright lights at me. It's like, dude, I got my low beams on.
Some of that, like maybe they're going over a bump or something. Like,
No, you can tell because
but
like
doesn't that happen
some
sometimes when you go over a different
that
train?
definitely does happen because the low beams are aimed a little bit lower. So when you go over a bump, they will come up a little bit and get more in your face.
Yeah.
But the high beams are a separate bulb within the lights, so you can tell like they flipped on the high beams where that bulb was
Okay.
that wasn't lit up before. So I feel like it's been happening a lot lately. So dude, I literally drive around if I'm on the highway or like driving home from my parents, I don't do it
Mhm.
because you're not supposed to have your high beams on the highway. That's a rule. That's a law.
Oh, at all? Even if it's
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not supposed to be on the highway. But if I'm just driving around locally, I drive around with my
Driving
if
dirty?
pretty kind of driving dirty, like just ready to high beam people because I'm getting so irritated that I don't know. I don't understand it. I just feel like people around here just high beam all the time. Drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
Do you ever get in the situation where someone doesn't have their lights on at all and you try to signal
Sometimes,
to them and they fucking lose their shit at you
yeah.
for, and then I'm sure they feel like quite the fucking idiot afterwards.
Yeah.
But so it's like, oh, well, I shouldn't say something, just run someone over then.
Right.
I don't know
Turn
what
your
I was
lights on.
thinking.
How do you not realize that your lights aren't on?
How we got on all that.
All right. Well, I think that's all I got for tonight. How about you?
Yeah, I don't want to put anyone through anything else on this journey that the kids call Papa Mags, the
There you
tens
go.
and tens.
Well, yeah. Hey, we appreciate you guys listening in. And please, all of our Australian friends, African, South African, Eastern European, if you got any
Asian,
Western European,
sure.
all,
South American.
all the above South Americans, let us know. Antarctica, who knows? Do
They're
you
called
guys have
penguins.
problems with high beams over there? Because, my goodness, I got a problem over here. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm so glad you said something about it. It's not anything I've been actively thinking about, but yeah, it fucking ticks me off, my man. Ticks me
for
off a lot.
sure, for sure. All right, and on that note, we will see you on the boards.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter at JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Pam's Day Spa.